Welcome back to the Cool Fears channel. I'm your host, Just the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for dog collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Medicom / Mafex, The Dark Knight Returns Batman. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Jumping right on into this review, guys. Yes, we are taking a look at the Medicom / Mafex, The Dark Knight Returns Batman. Now, when I first got back into collecting, I was not the biggest fan of Mafex for two reasons. One, apparently they had a lot of QC issues back in the day, and two, I wasn't a fan of the mixed media, especially how they go ahead and put like a hard shell cape on top of the soft goods cape. It just wasn't for me. However, after McFarlane Toys did release their version of The Dark Knight Returns Batman, it left me wanting a better representation on my shelf. And so I went ahead and decided that I was going to try and collect this figure right here. Unfortunately, he did come out, I believe, in 2021 or 20, and so his price on the secondary market is pretty inflated. However, I was able to snag him for $80 on OfferUp, and so I could not pass it up. And I'm super happy with it. The sculpt, the articulation, the accessories are all amazing. And so with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and take a look at all the great stuff that he does come with. Starting off with the alternate head sculpt. Well, this is technically the head sculpt that he does come with in package. However, I prefer the other one, so we're taking a look at this one right here. We'll get a closer look at him when we do pull him off the rotating turntable, but we do get this neutral stern Batman head along with the angry growling kind of head sculpt right there. And of course, he does come with a number of extra hands. So in package, he does come with those fisted hands that you do see. He does come with these action grabbing hands right here. As you can see, he's kind of like grabbing at you. He does also come with a pair of flat hands right here, kind of just there on his side, and there's my dog's hair. So we get a pair of those. We also get a pair of cape holding hands right there. As you can see, there's little slits in them, so that way you can slide the cape right in there and he can hold his cape. Now, these have to be by far my favorite hands coming up, and that is his batarang holding hands. As you can see, there are gaps in the fingers right there because he does come with 8 separate little batarangs right here. They all look like this, and the cool thing is that you can go ahead and slip these into the cracks of his fingers, so he can hold it like that. Later versions of this Batman do come with them basically already molded in. However, I prefer the ones where you have to physically slide them in yourself because it just looks that much better in my opinion. Next up, he does also come with the typical Medicom Mafex flight stand base right here, which in my opinion have to be some of the worst stands in existence. They're just so flimsy and floppy. And yeah, they just aren't my favorite by any means. But if you just need them to be standing there, it gets the job done. But if you want to put them in like a flight pose and stuff, yeah, good luck with that. You're definitely going to have to tighten up those screws because, well, this thing is just super loose. But yeah, now I know a lot of people are saying, you know, well, you can't compare the Mafex version to the McFarlane Toys version because of the price point. However, like I said in that review, I was not trying to compare them. I just said that it kind of just left me wanting more and a better representation. And so this is by far the better representation. So that is everything that this figure does come with. So why don't we go ahead and pull him forward so we can take a closer look at the suit, the sculpt, and of course the head sculpt. Alright guys, so here we have him up close to the camera so we can take a nice look at all the amazing detailing in this sculpt. So as you can see, there is a lot of line work and detailing in the suit itself, despite it being a pretty plain suit. I absolutely love the detailing and the sculpt work on the belt right here, and the paint work, how it looks a little scraped up and weathered, but still kind of nice in a sense. I absolutely love and prefer this head sculpt on this guy, and the McFarlane Toys Batman did actually come with a similar head sculpt. But this one just looks that much better. He does come with this wired cape right here, so that is super cool. And see, this is the part that I wasn't the biggest fan of when it came to Mafex figures, and that's that they put this hard shell plastic cape over the actual soft goods cape. Like, I understand that it's there in order to keep it down and set and everything, but to me it just kind of doesn't mix too well. But with price points increasing and quality decreasing, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, especially considering that it does have a soft goods cape with a wire running through it. So as you can see, there is a wire running through the front. However, that is the only place that it is running. There's no wires throughout the back. It is just in the front right there. Not too much to look at in terms of the suit. It's a basic gray and I guess yellow belt Batman suit. It isn't like a technical suit. It isn't an armored up suit. It's just basically tights and everything. A very classic Batman suit. But a very good representation of this Batman from that comic run. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at this guy's articulation. He will look all the way to the right. He will look all the way to the left. Let's go ahead and move his cape downwards so that we can see how far down he'll look. He'll look down that far, and he will look up that far. Taking a look at his arm articulation, he does have a butterfly joint in there. His arms will go out to a T-pose. You do get some bicep swivel right there. His arms will go 360. He does come with double hinge elbows. Unfortunately, his bicep and forearm are way too big to get in any closer than that. You get rotation at the wrist, hinging up and down, in and out, whichever way that ball peg is facing. Rotation at the upper torso right there, as well as at the lower torso right there. He will ab crunch down pretty significantly, which is something that I absolutely love about these Mafex figures, especially versus the McFarlane ones, which have absolutely no ab crunch whatsoever. So he will lean back that far. The other thing that really pissed me off about the McFarlane Toys one is that he went ahead and just made his elbows single jointed elbows, when the majority of McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures come with double jointed elbows. For some odd reason, he decided to take it off of his Dark Knight Returns Batman, which honestly really sucks in my opinion. You know, that figure could have really been one of the best figures of 2022, but just the fact that he went ahead and took that away really pissed me off. Taking a look at his leg articulation, he will kick out that far. Unfortunately, his leg does tend to kind of drop a bit on his right side, or I'm sorry, his left side. But something I have noticed about Mafex figures is that sometimes the joints are a bit loose. But since he will kick out this far, he can join the cheerleading squad. He does have an upper thigh swivel right there. He does have those drop down legs, so you can pull him up or drop him down, so that way he can kick forward all the way. He will kick back that far. He does come with double hinge knees, but once again, his calf and his hamstring are pretty big, so he can't kick his own ass, but he will go back pretty significantly. Taking a look at his ankle articulation, he will go down that far. He will go up that far. He does have a ball rocker hinge, and of course, toe articulation. So he does kind of match McFarlane Toys in terms of articulation, even down to toe articulation, and even more so with a double hinge elbow. But that basically wraps it up for this guy's articulation. Alright guys, so that wraps it up for my review of the Medicom / Mafex The Dark Knight Returns Batman figure. What did you guys think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you've made it this far in the video, type down in the comments below The Knight Returns. That way I know you've made it this far and you're enjoying the content. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day.